not pressure him on camera. Ryan, you're gonna let me take your car out once?
Maybe.
Yes. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Protective Film Solutions. We are up in NorCal today at the city of Willow for Thunderhill Raceway. I'm up here with my brother in Apex Race Parts, and we were here for a private track day. I left work on Thursday, flew up here, and we're here now, and we're gonna go racing all day. Came here to watch and just kind of hang out and support, but we just found out that it's per car, so I think I might be able to get behind the wheel. I've never driven his car before. We'll show you guys more on the E92 project, but right now we're going to a driver's meeting, and we're getting excited for the day.
So are you gonna do?
Alright guys, so the reason why we're out here is because Apex Race Parts invited me up for the day. You guys probably know what these wheels are from. I have it on Project Aston, except these are nice and dirty right now. These are their SM10s. It's one of the latest wheel designs they came out with, and I love the design for a few reasons. It's concave, it's functional. I love the 10-spoke design. Also, it's a lot like the Vulcan, which obviously we like to keep in the Aston Martin family, but my brother's car is usually spotless. This is new for you because your car is always super clean. He's got a little bit of OCD like I do, and you guys have seen the photos. But if the car's clean, it means you're not driving it hard enough. So the first lap or second lap, he spun out and did a 360, which obviously was not planned, but he did keep it on track except for, I think, the back wheel. But anyways, more about this car, because I know you guys have seen photos, but I don't know all the details. So here's my brother Ryan. Again, he works for Apex Race Parts. He's their sales and operations guy over there. So your car is a badass car, but what makes it badass? You have a bunch of shit done to it. I know you'll explain.
Yeah, this is one of many track cars I've kind of built, each one of them incrementally better than the other. I think it's kind of in conjunction with your skill level. You don't need a ton to be out here. That's really the main takeaway. A lot of people want to throw everything in the kitchen sink at their car to get out there for the first time. totally unnecessary. Just get your feet wet, you know, get out there on track, experience it. And over time, yes, you start, you know, addressing some of the weak points of a particular car, safety, so on and so forth. So having done this a couple times and still trying to develop my skill level.
More than a couple times. He's had about 10 M3s, E36, about 4 E46s, I think 4 E92 E90s. And like you just said, you don't start from the top and then just learn. You start from the bottom, lower power cars, you add to it as you go. So on this car, tell them what you have done, because you've got more than just your wheels on it. You've got a lot done to it.
Yeah, we got a lot of help from our partners. It's got JRZ 1132 motorsport suspension with the external reservoirs, Hyperco race springs, ground control, camber plates. We've got SPL suspension components on it, AP Essex Radical brakes. It's got 25 millimeter thick pads, endurance pads, Racetech USA seat, TC design built cage. The cage is a work of art, wouldn't trust anybody else. And yeah, I mean, just a ton of stuff at the car. Again, the idea is really to be able to get out on track and stay out on track. And it's really not about adding horsepower. Luckily for me, the car weighs just over 3,000 pounds now. That means that obviously it performs better straight away, also in the corners. It's also easier on consumables when you have a lighter car, so yeah. And
of course, the car is bound to get dirty and go off track. That's why we have a full nose Expel PPF on the car, the rockers. Full car's been Glon ceramic coated. So even though, look, it doesn't look clean right now, the second we spray this thing down, it's all back to normal and it's back to shining like the photos. And he talked a lot about all the mods on the car. He's got massive AP Racing brakes behind it. We did the numbers on there, some small stuff, and then open the back, Ryan. This is where the OCD and attention to detail comes into play, because look at this. This is ridiculous. Every time we go to a car event, people always come up and stare at it, because all this stuff, it's fully functional, but it's also really pretty. It doesn't have to look like this. He's got everything mounted properly. Apex is engraved right on there. And then, of course, everything is all painted inside. Everything's ripped out. It's nice and clean. All functional for a driver's seat only up here. All clean. Still has the dash and just the bare essentials. But look at everything's out of this car. So
yeah, it's basically, the thought was to have like a cup car, right? So take an E92 M3, take it down to the bare chassis, rewire the whole car, pull out everything that's unnecessary, and then have the guys spray the interior so it really has that kind of clean cup car-like feel. Clean is fast, man. So if you can keep things clean, you can identify some of the problems, and PFS is great at keeping the exterior clean.
Yeah, so you heard that, clean is fast, but fast is only good if we're on the track. So again, we found out that it is per car, not per driver. So I think towards the end of the day, Ryan's gonna let me take his car out. He's never done it before, and we're gonna pressure him on camera. Ryan, you're gonna let me take your car out once?
Maybe.
Yes, he's gonna let me take it out once. So we're gonna try to get this mounted onto the camera, because I've had fun watching it, but I wanna get on track, I wanna drive the car, and let's go out there, guys. All right, got the okay to go ahead and take out my brother's E92. So I think I've driven this car on the street a couple times, driven it around the shop, but I've never tracked this car. So it's gonna be really interesting, because he's got a lot of expensive stuff in the car, and he's gonna be pissed if I put this thing off track. So we're gonna take it easy, do a couple laps, but I'm really excited to have some fun now.
Remember, when you come in, do not put the brake on.
Okay.
Just come in, stop, get off the brake, and turn it off real quick.
Everything's off?
You're good to go. Just be aware of your surroundings, point people by. by Jason coming with me, I could give him the keys. He's allowed to go on the track. So
I wanted to keep going, but
So
that was a blast. Never driven that car, and it performs flawlessly. I mean, that's what happens when you put thousands of dollars into suspension, brakes, a full cage, everything else. So before sun sets, I gave the keys back to him so he can take it out, and we're gonna get a few more hot laps in. But this turn where we're based out of, you can kind of see all the action into turn one. So Ryan's getting back in the car and gonna get out in the grid. There comes Ryan. And Ryan's boss in the black spec E46. That car is surprisingly so fast, because even though the E46s, the 3 Series, not even the M3, don't have a ton of power, the suspension, braking, and how light it is just keeps it moving. So that car's really surprisingly fast. So it's Ryan's boss's car in the front, and the spec E46, and then of course Ryan in the E92. Alright guys, just like that, we are leaving Thunderhill. We are actually going down to our PFS NorCal location in Fremont, so we have about a 3-hour drive down there. We're gonna get on the road. Again, if you guys like this format, we're making it work. This is video number 2, I think, and we're gonna have more track content, a lot more with Apex Race Parts. And tomorrow we're gonna do some filming with Albert, because he's got Ryan's PFS 570 McLaren, so we're gonna take that out, explore the shop, because I've never been there. So again, hopefully you guys like the video, and if you do, please subscribe. We'll see you guys.